What's up, everybody? It's Joey Bags coming at you with today's video. If you're new, welcome. If you're not and you're returning, thank you for returning. Today's video is going to be a little bit of an update on the Fanatec debacle that's happening. Really a personal update. What I've seen, Reddit is a shit show right now. The Fanatec subreddit, that's hilarious. As you see on the screen in front of you, I'm going to be running some Rensport. They did an update over the weekend and they added a Singapore street track. So I'm going to check that out, and I haven't used the touring cars yet, so I'm going to hop in the Audi touring car and go around that track. So that'll be what I'll try to concentrate and do somewhat well for you all. I'm giving you the quick update on the whole Fanatec debacle, and I'll try to make the video short today. I know I say that so many times, but let's get into it. Quick session. You see you got the Audi. Here we go. Where for the most part everything is in there. So, as of today, I am on day 23 of not a word from Fanatec. Not as much as a email. Let's get out of this. That's third gear. So not so much as even an email, other than the initial emails that they sent out when I placed my order. I've got to figure out some settings. Okay, if any of you guys out there also play Rensport, or if you happen to have access to the beta, if you want to give me some suggestions on force feedback settings, just so I can kind of stiffen up this wheel a little bit. I do get some, but not as much as I would like. But anyway, let's get back to it. So I haven't gotten anything other than the initial emails from Fanatec. They received my order when I placed it on the evening of the 26th. So Sunday night, at the pretty much just before Cyber Monday. I think they had released the Cyber Monday deal early, and when I noticed the GT DD Pro wasn't anywhere on there, I just decided to go ahead and place my order. So they've got my initial order, that email, and then I got another email that said, hey, my order's been processed and we'll get to you, you'll get your tracking number. Well, and what's up, my people of YouTube? It's me, actually it's Future Joey, coming at you with an update for the update. So this right here, I'm going to probably splice into the video that you are currently watching. It was actually one that I filmed yesterday, and it was my update about the whole Fanatec debacle. So, as you know, I'm on day 23 of not hearing a word from Fanatec. And as of that video, or this video that you're watching, I said earlier, that's where I was. This is now the next day. When I filmed that, that was like around midnight, so that was when it was day 23. But we're now the next day. I'm in the next day. And lo and behold, I got an email from Fanatec. Well, actually, initially it came from FedEx that I have packages coming to me, and I'm like, what? I go and check my my Fanatec order, and I have tracking info assigned to me after 23 days. I give it a few hours, and I go back and check, and yup, it looks like everything I had ordered is going to be shipped out to me, which is great. I mean, kind of sucks still that it took 23 days for all this to happen, and all the, you know, the videos and the comments and the posts that I've made tagging Fanatec. But, you know, after 23 days, I'm finally getting what I ordered, what I paid for. So I'm a little excited about that. But I'm also of two minds. Part of me is happy that I'm getting what I had ordered, but another part of me is still, fuck Fanatec. I mean, really, all this headache should never have been a thing, and there's still a bunch of people that aren't getting their stuff, and that kind of sucks. So it's really not that, you know, are they, you know, getting through their orders? Who knows? I mean, was it people emailing? I don't know. And I guess we can sit there and like, oh, you know, we'll never really know what it is, but I guess I should just be happy that, you know, my stuff that I ordered is coming. But now that I do have my tracking info and I do have my delivery date, which is actually Saturday the 23rd is when I should have all my stuff, you know, delivered. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. Ooh. I'm still going by my previous statements. The previous statements I've made in this video earlier on, which, you know, you'll keep watching, and all the statements I've made before. And this is my first and last time ordering from Fanatec. And I don't know if anyone from Fanatec has watched the video. I mean, I made sure as hell that I tag them directly on the video, and I'll make sure they get, you know, I'm gonna at them at this one, and I've gone at them on social media, mainly on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, but I have not hidden how I feel. And, you know, this is going to be my first and last time, you know, and Fanatec is really gonna have to make some serious changes. I don't know what changes would have to be made in order for me to consider purchasing from them again. Honestly, I mean, once I get, you know, what I ordered, quite honestly, that's pretty much really what I wanted. Would, you know, trying out a podium be nice? It would. Would checking out the new Club Sport direct drives with their, you know, upgraded torque and now their new, you know, holding torque, yeah, that would be cool. But I'm not going to give Fanatec any money to do that. I'm really not. So, you know, unfortunately, guys, you may not see those reviews, because I really don't feel like giving Fanatec any more money after this. And like I said, I'm of two minds of this, so, you know, part of me is like, fuck Fanatec and just keep the course. The other part of me is like, okay, you know, they came through, it was late, you know, maybe give them a benefit of the doubt. I don't know if I want to do that. I feel like that would be me being hypocritical, only because I now got my tracking number and, you know, I'm getting my stuff. You know, why would I change my tune? I feel like that would honestly be very hypocritical of me to sit there and be like, fuck Fanatec, while I'm not getting what I ordered, and because it's late. But once I'm getting what I ordered, albeit late, I'm saying, oh, no, it's okay. So I don't know, but I did want to give you an update to the update. Who knows why I did? I mean, they've had issues with their emailing system, and I think I sent them an email, you know, to inquire about why my stuff isn't available. That very well could be maybe why. I don't know, but bottom line is that I did get my tracking number. I will be getting my items. So those reviews, that unboxing, all that content will be coming. And then shortly after that, the Camus hardware will be coming in. So you're going to get you're going to be getting tons and tons of content coming at you. And I mean lots. But I just wanted to bring you that quick update. I'm still going to stick to everything I said early in the video, everything I said after the video. And, but I am of two minds, just so that way we can put that out there. But I am still leaning toward my, you know, fuck Fanatec, and they're not getting any more money from me ever again. You know, like I've said before, actually in the same video you're watching, secondhand, I'd rather buy it from a community member and get whatever I want that way than have to give it to the company, you know, to line their pockets. I'd rather line a fellow sim racer's pocket, you know, in order to upgrade or whatever they want to do with it. I'd rather do that. So, guys, I'll put you back now to the regular video, and yeah. I mean, you've seen my other video where I'm pretty much essentially rehashing what happened. I gave him some time. I didn't get anything. We're now 23 days later, and still, other than those two, you know, initial emails of really just confirming that I placed an order and that they charged me. Oof. You know, other than they charged me, that's it. I haven't heard anything. All the information that I've heard has been secondhand info from the Fanatec subreddit. Not even their forum, because I'm not a part of their forums. And pretty much a lot of people are in that same boat where the info they've gotten is all secondhand. You know, very few people have first-hand emails from Fanatec, and some have received their, you know, their stuff. And I think these are people that ordered like in October, so this is kind of bad. So that's really what it's down to now. I'm still waiting to hear from them. Some people have gotten their stuff. A lot of people haven't. They still haven't sent... They've sent out emails to the few people that ordered, I think it was the Formula 2.5X wheel, to let them know that they're not getting it, or, you know, some bull. But really, for the most part, for everybody else, nothing. And like I said in the other video, I'm just gonna kind of let it play out, just because I kind of want the GTDD Pro for the channel to review it for you guys. If it were up to me and it was for my own personal use, I would have canceled that order after the first week. After the first 7 days of not hearing anything, I would have canceled that order. I wouldn't even waited this long. But it's for you guys, so I'll go ahead and I'll wait. But the shit show has just been amazing. Fanatec, for the most part, has been silent about the whole thing. Apparently, they are offering a 25% off a order voucher for some people that may have pre-ordered something or had an order canceled. I'm not exactly sure, since it doesn't really pertain to me. But apparently the voucher's only good until April 24th, I believe. That's what it says. And what people would probably use it on, like the GT, the DD, the new Club Sport DD Plus, the new Club Sport direct drives, are on back order, and God knows when those will come around. So Fanatec kind of played it a little sneaky, if you ask me, with the whole we're going to give you a 25% off, but what you probably want to use the 25% off is going to be unavailable for some months. Probably well into the time that it expires. So use it on something cheap that we won't care if you know, get a discount on that. It's a little grimy, but I mean, really, at this point, what do you expect from them? I mean, everything they've done has been so anti-consumer in the past 3 weeks. And the sad part is that it seems to have also, you know, crossed over to Moza, because if you're in the sim racing subreddits or, you know, you look around, Moza seems to be in the same boat as Fanatec, where their shipping times have gone through the roof. Customer service isn't responding to emails or requests. So could it be that it's that time of year? It could be. We can give them the benefit of the doubt of that. But at the same time, if you're and I'm gonna go with this from my point of view, my perspective as being an American. The holidays, especially December, you know, end of November, December, these are heavy shopping times for Christmas or Hanukkah. You know, this is gift-giving season. And honestly, in my mind, if you're doing business in a country where that's the season and, you know, that's what's going to happen, you may want to take that into account. You know, did you think that, you know, oh, nobody really wants our stuff, so, you know, we really shouldn't stock up, or, oh no, we shouldn't have, you know, a few extra hands on site to help with, you know, the influx in orders? No, I can tell you, all the brick and mortar retailers here in the States, that's why they have the seasonal hiring. You know, the shop, people go out to shop. You know, the same thing online, people shop online. You know, the good part is that a lot of times, you know, the ordering, you know, can be taken care of by a bot. So you get a bot to process your orders, and really it's your logistics team and, you know, shipping that's the kind of important ones where you want to make sure, hey, we need to get these things packed, we need to get them shipped out. These are things that you should take into account. It seems like these companies aren't. So now they're reaping the rewards of their piss poor planning. And quite honestly, it is what it is. It's showing their hand. It's showing how they care about the consumer. And quite honestly, this is something people will remember. I can tell you I'm going to remember it. And this is, like I've said in my last video, this is going to affect all my future purchases. Fanatec just won't be a part of it. And if I do happen to purchase something from Fanatec, I'm going to just purchase something used. And I did have a few comments that, you know, made a good point. What about the warranty? You know, a lot of times they're not going to cover warranty on what they consider third party, which would be, you know, anything used or not directly sold from them, because they are a direct sales company. And quite honestly, I'll do like I do with everything else. I'll make sure to purchase, or like I would a used car, I'm going to make sure I purchase the best example of what I'm looking for. So if I'm going to purchase a wheel, I'm going to look for one that's local to me so that I can take a look at it and check it out firsthand. And really, that's all you can do. I'm not going to give Fanatec more money. I'd rather give the money to somebody who maybe wants to upgrade their rig, or maybe they want to do something else, so they want to get rid of some sim equipment. You know what? Give back to the community. If you have a company that wants to go ahead and, you know, I don't want to say it was malicious, it was intentional, you know, but it was piss poor planning. And the way they've handled it was piss poor. So I really don't feel like I should give them any more of my money. I really don't. And I'm not going to. And quite honestly, I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. And, you know, you're all adults. Going by my analytics, a lot of you are my age range. So, you know, I'm not gonna tell grown people what to do. But if you go ahead and you keep buying stuff from them, even when they obviously screw the consumer over like the way they are, they'll keep doing it. So I would rather give my money to someone else in the community who may need it or may want it to do an upgrade or do something else, and if they happen to have the item that I want, cool. But yeah, so 23 days, nothing. Moses now also getting on that list, the shit list. Good thing I got my Moses stuff through Amazon, so I really don't have any complaints there. I feel bad for any of you who have, you know, bought directly from Moza and are now going through this issue. I do feel bad for you. And quite honestly, I feel bad for everybody, you know, that's going ahead and maybe you were relying on Fanatec to get things here for Christmas. Maybe it was a gift for a significant other or a child, and you know the last thing that you want is to have a holiday ruined. You know your gift it being ruined by not having the gift available. So I do feel for you guys, and quite honestly, we really don't have much recourse other than just not giving them any money anymore. And once they start feeling it in their wallet, that's usually when things will change. On a side note, I am kind of liking this street course, especially in this Audi. I mean, yeah, you guys can make fun of my driving all you want, but I'm really kind of liking this. And I am using my PXM V12 DDL. And I am manually shifting. I'm driving with one hand on the D-shaped wheel. And I'm using the A7 shifter that was provided by PXN some time ago for review. I'm still using that. I do use it quite often. But I am using the sequential shift mod that I did buy on it to just give me a forward and back sequential shift, and it's really nice. I'm kind of liking this. But we'll get back to the Fanatec debacle. Like I was saying, the subreddit is on fire right now. It's freaking awesome. You've got, as I've deemed them, the Fanatec dick riders. They come out like any post that someone may have just to kind of get information or just really to vent. Because quite honestly, a lot of these places, these forums are, you know, there to share information, but also to sometimes share frustration, because you've got other people that are like-minded and maybe going through a similar situation. And, you know, sometimes reading your story kind of makes them feel better. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. And while, yeah, it may seem extreme, you know, you've got people like, oh my God, what do you mean? What are you going through that? Oh, because you ordered something. Yes, because you may have, you know, you've got some people that maybe they saved the whole year to take advantage of the Black Friday sale. And they saved hard for something that they really wanted. And now they've been pretty much ghosted on that sale. You know, and you gotta feel bad for them. And yes, they're going to be frustrated, especially if these are people that may be spending $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. I mean, that's not chump change. For some people that may be, but to me, that's not. And if you got somebody who saved up the whole year and then went ahead and was like, oh, I'm gonna get what I want now because they have a sale and they don't get it, well, I mean, honestly, you kind of have to feel bad for the person. You know, that kind of sucks. You know, but you've got people that are, you know, that they just like to be dicks and bash them and be like, oh, first world problems, or oh, you're whining over nothing. You know what? Fuck off, really. You know, if you don't want to read it, scroll past it, but there's no reason to go in and try to make somebody feel bad just because, you know, they want to vent their frustration. You know, fuck that shit. And I'm going to be the first one that's going to be there to talk shit right back at you. You know, like, the hell, don't. Quite honestly, I can tell you, in my comment section, I am more than happy to agree to disagree. But if you want to go in and bash somebody, if you want to come off as disrespectful, I'm going to give it right back to you. You know, so you've got these Fanatec dick riders that are in there bashing on people because, you know, they just want to vent their frustration. And they do it like Fanatec is going to send them a goodie bag. You know, like, oh, yeah, Fanatec's going to, you know, remember your name and send you something because, you know, you stood up for them, or, you know, like, come on, please. They're not going to do any of that. So just let people vent their frustration. If you don't want to read it, scroll past it. That's all you have to do. Just scroll right past it. You know, other than that, let people be. Let people vent their frustrations, because you know what? This is a very, very stressful time of year. And really, we just have to just be nice to each other. Not necessarily to a company that's, you know, being kind of shady as hell. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I'm going to be nice to Nah, I'm not going to be nice to Fanatec at all. F that. I'm going to put them to task over what they're doing. But, you know, regular, your average Joe, your average sim racer, you know, your regular guy, I'm going to tell you, you know what? Cut him some slack. And if he wants to vent his frustration, vent his frustration. And if I see your post, I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll make sure to read it. If I can give you any good, you know, actionable suggestions on something to do, you know, I will. Honestly, what I've been telling is a lot of people is that if you have a micro center near you, they have, and not a sponsored post, not a sponsored video, they have Asetek has a Tony Kanon branded bundle for like $800. It's awesome. I probably spoken about it on another video. If you don't need console compatibility, honestly, that's what you should be looking at. It's a quality piece of gear. You know, their wheelbase, and their pedals are all upgradable to the La Prima specs. If you're not stuck on console, kind of like I'm needing also for usage on console, that should be definitely something that you're looking at, you know, opposed to the Fanatec stuff that isn't available, or Moza. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, 23 days and counting. Absolutely nothing. Nothing on FedEx, nothing in my emails. So, because I really want to bring that info, and I want to go ahead and review, I want to compare it to the PXN, I really do. I'm just gonna kind of let it go. I really don't know how long I'm gonna let it go for. I mean, I'm sure there must be some point of no return. Like, you know, do I just wait until the holiday season is over and just email them then and be like, hey, I've been waiting 1, 2, 3 months and I haven't gotten my order. You got my money months ago. You got my $1,200. Hey, you haven't sent me anything. I really don't know how long I'm going to just let it go. But I do want to get it so that way I can go ahead and compare it to the PXN and compare it to the Moza R5. Just so that way I can give you guys better information on, you know, entry-level 5 to 8 Newton meter wheelbases. You know, that'll be the start of that series. And once we get all that taken care of, because it'll be in another video, but I was able to collaborate with Camus, and they have actually sent out a C5 unit with the pedals for review. They are providing it. I am not paying for it. I will be making a series of videos about it though, because I am myself quite interested. When I initially saw this direct drive about a year ago, I came across it on a random YouTube video and I was just like, wow. So I'm actually really happy to be teaming up with them so I can review this, and hopefully it's as good and it's as quality as they're saying it is. Hopefully it's as good as some of the videos that I've seen from some of the bigger sim YouTubers. You know, they've given it kind of favorable reviews, other than the, you know, the whole it's got really small paddles, shift paddles. So we've got that happening, and you know that'll kind of round out that 5 Nm base lineup there, and then from there we can move on to the 10 to 15 Nm, and let's see how that goes. Guys, thank you so much for all the likes, for all the comments. I'm trying to comment as much as you can. You guys have absolutely blown up that first Fanatec video, which is awesome. I'm so happy about that. I really am. I hope we get the similar numbers on this one. You know, since it is an update. I mean, it's not much of an update. That nothing's happened, but it's not really surprising. But I'm super happy. I'm loving the interaction. You know, just whatever comments, ideas, whatever thoughts you may have, just go ahead, put them in the comments. I do get those notifications, and even at 2 o'clock in the morning, if I'm up, I will go ahead and answer you. To my multinational people out there in Spain, France, the UK, my Russian brothers, thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the love you guys been sending, you know, thumbs ups and, you know, all the subs. Thank you. I think we're at like 234, I think, or I know we're in the high 230 sub count, which I'm like super thankful for. I know I had another video that I said I really want to get to 200 subs, you know, by the end of the year, and we smashed that. And I said now we're on kind of the extended goal. You know, I'm hoping to get to 250 to 300 by the end of the year, and I mean we're getting kind of close. We're already on like the, I think, 19th of December. So guys, please, you know, 90% of you guys that are watching aren't subbed. Please hit that sub button if you feel I've earned it, which I hope I have, you know, so that way we can get those numbers up, so that way I can keep bringing you this great the content. I think it's great. Hopefully you guys think it's great, but you know, I really want to get those numbers up there. You know, getting the numbers up there, getting the channel out there is really beneficial. I mean, yes, for me, but also for you guys, where, you know, it puts me in opportunities to go ahead and be able to buy sim equipment, and B, you know, maybe have stuff sent where I can go ahead and give you honest feedback and honest reviews of this equipment, so that way you're making educated, you know, decisions when you make your purchases, if you make your purchases. So guys, that's kind of a long-winded way of saying thank you for the support. You can keep supporting. I will have the info on the Patreon coming soon. No worries about that. If you want to support the channel that way. And guys, once again, I thank you all, and I will catch you, let's get around this corner, I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.